You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside my veins. You niggas ain't rapping, a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. You told a Glock, that bitch your face. You don't want smoke, get out my face. You niggas ain't rapping, a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Can't walk this darkness in my place. I got cold white inside my veins. You niggas ain't rapping, a disgrace. That boy stay capping, need a cage. Don't fuck with lanes, don't fuck with facts. Don't care about bitches and distraction. My bank account, another transaction. We count them digits and subtract it. Don't fuck with lanes, don't fuck with facts. Don't care about bitches and distraction. My bank account, another transaction. We caught that nigga, send him packing. Yeah, we send it, nigga. I don't give a fuck about the past. He hit the pavement, now he napping. Need some shit, just tap, tap, tap it. Just know your role and play your part. You're all talk and you're all bar. We see the loser in your heart. So please stop acting like you're smart. We left that loser in a ditch. That's what you get for
I also watched Justice League a third time just to refresh myself.
I actually watched Man of Steel BVS Extended Edition and Justice
I saw your video.
And,
So
oh, okay.
yeah.
I didn't even check the comments.
I just liked it. I didn't really comment.
I always do that. I forget. Damn it! I don't know why I watch it. I don't say something. It's like a reflex. I just like and I go. I watch it.
No, I like and watch.
No, I'm saying like I like and I go. Like, I don't say nothing. I'm not a commenter.
Oh yeah. You're right. That's same as me. Unless I got something I want to say, it's like not really.
Unfortunately, I haven't actually watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I don't really fuck with MCU shit.
I was gonna say like I'm not really interested, so I haven't like.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Black Widow to come out and Moon Knight to come out, and that's it.
I really do hope they do right by Moon Knight.
Yep.
I saw something about Indiana Jones meets something, and I'm like, that's not what I wanted to see.
That's not what I want.
I'm not overreacting or nothing, but that's not what I wanted to see.
I'm not here to see the fucking Egyptian into the pyramid find the statue bullshit for like 4 episodes. That should be like 1 at most.
Exactly. What's up, clan? What's up, Pure Life? How y'all doing? We talking some Invincible today. I had to. It was one of those things, not even that I necessarily sat there and watched it myself. It was one of those things where like I showed it to so many people, so I ended up watching the first 3 episodes 4 times. Because I showed it to my family, I watched it by myself, then I watched it with my other set of friends. So, and then one of them came. We were chilling, just chilling, and then one of them came in the room, like halfway through, like partially through the 3rd episode. So we had to pull it back so he can watch the first 1 and 2. So. That's how I ended up watching it so many times. But what do you want to start with? The Snyder Cut, or do you want to start with Invincible?
I'm actually cool with Snyder Cut, to be honest.
Yeah, because they're not for a while. Let's say we start with that. Get it out the way, and then we'll keep it moving. I did drop a video today on it, in all of my Superman paraphernalia. But yeah, I honestly just rewatched Man of Steel. Batman vs Superman, and then I watched the extended edition. Then I watched Justice League just to kind of see how it all fits. And my main sticking point is that actually Justice League ends up being pretty good because BVS is the movie that didn't focus on itself. It focused on setting up Justice League, so it actually worked really well. Like BVS to me is now like I still like the movie a lot, but it is probably the weak point in the trilogy, if you will.
I would agree with that.
And he's so horny for Injustice. So horny.
Jesus.
He cannot contain himself.
The amount of times we see this man Clark glowing with the red eyes with the frown on his face. Like, yep, that's what he wants. 1,000%.
Yep. But anywho, what'd you think about it?
Good movie. Honestly, I was expecting 7 out of 10, and that's exactly what I got. I wouldn't even say like a good comic book movie. I think it's just a good movie in general. Really well paced for 4 hours. First 2 times I've seen it, it flew by.
Yeah.
3rd time you notice it just because it's like, okay, I've seen all this shit like twice before, so now I get what's happening. And I think it's a good idea that they're having a 10-minute break at like the 2-hour point for when it comes out in theaters eventually. Because I think most people will like that more. Just take time to absorb everything.
That makes sense.
There were some issues I had here and there, like music choices and certain lengths of scenes and some awkward dialogue portions. But other than that, like I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Actors are all great in their individual roles. Steppenwolf and Cyborg are easily the two best things in the movie for me.
That's interesting. I like that. I'm okay with that because I do think that they weren't capping when they called Cyborg the heart of the movie, and oddly enough, like I did like Steppenwolf. Like I
like Steppenwolf a lot.
He didn't like blow me out the wire. Like yeah, but I'm like look at him. He's not on this weird Oedipus complex talking about mother and whatever the fuck he was talking about in the other movie. He's trying to redeem himself, and I'm like I can get behind this.
Exactly. It was exactly what I wanted for him. All I had to hear was for Darkseid in that voice, and I was like, I'm in. This is what I need. Yeah. He will be pleased. I will redeem myself. I was like, yes. Like all the scenes with him and Desaad are like my easily my favorite parts of the movie. All the apocalypse shit is
Desaad
awesome.
Killed me because for no reason he's like, look at you.
You stink.
Falling from grace.
What's wrong with you?
I'm like, bro, why?
He who could be at the Great One's side.
He called you for a business call, and he caught a stray.
Like, petty ass motherfucker, bro. Literally, like, all right, business done. Then he's like, nah, let me shit on you real quick. And he was like, please, I apologize.
And then even at the end, when he's like, told you. That nigga would fail. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You did tell me.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, that was so good. Honestly, I don't. Well, you said, damn, you've seen the video, so you already know what to say. But I like how Snyder has started all of his movies for the most part. I also think the first 20 minutes are incredible. I love the hypersonic scream. Being the thing that awakens the mother boxes. Maybe they could tell it was his final cry, a last. Whatever, his final breath, if you will. Stuff. What's up, Abdel? What's going on? Man got this on. I was just saying it's his nephew too. Like you're the uncle. Like you're getting son and put in that box and everything. But
I love his line of no protectors here, no lanterns, no Kryptonian. Yeah. That's probably my favorite line of the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
It's raw. It's raw. Especially in the trailer, it really works. I really like it.
Yes.
It's funny though because for a primitive planet, you ain't want to come here until the Kryptonian was gone. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm talking about. You're right though. We're trash, and we still use fucking bullets, and it's just not gonna cut it.
This man grabbed that rocket out the air and was like, "The fuck is this shit?" Just let it go.
Right? Then he just dipped. So I don't remember too many things from the this Lee cut as much as probably as I should. I it comes and it goes, but. Boy, did he erase all the stink with this movie, in my opinion. Where I almost feel like DC has to not continue. I haven't checked any news on restoring the Snyderverse or everything like that. And honestly, I'm okay if they don't. I want it to continue. I want him to get a way to at least kind of end it, even if they give him like an animated movie or something or some HBO shit. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that all of those people got to show their work. The girl who played Iris, Ray T. Porter for the voice of Darkseid, Ray Fisher what he actually did, seeing him as Victor Stone and everything was really good. Although I thought that scene was low key kind of mid, just like the overdoing the slow motion in the snow. I'm like, all right, man, like
that's just Snyder shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
visual. He's visual.
Yeah, heavy-handed in the themes and a lot of slow mo. That's what it's gonna be from most Snyder movies.
The slow motion didn't bother me until maybe my fifth watch, where it's like Flash staring at this for 30 seconds is a bit long. Okay,
the first time you see it, you're like, "What the fuck is he doing, holding her head?" And then it's like he pans to look at the hot dog. It's like, where are we going right now?
I was so worried. I'm like, please don't tell me to put the hot dog in her mouth or something weird.
I was like, don't fucking eat it while you're grabbing her or some shit like. And then he put it in his pocket. I was like, okay. Thank God.
Then he used it later. And I'm like, all right. How did you feel about Barry? How did you feel about it? I know it's not.
I am here. I'm here for awkward Barry Allen though. I can rock with it. I had watched a lot as a person who's seen a fair amount of the Flash on CW. That's also a different take.
Yeah,
I think Grant Gustin's is more akin to comic Barry than this is, but. I like this. This is super young Barry, and I like how you don't really get that awkward character in the team that much. It's more so a guy who's unsure of themselves, but there's a confidence there that sort of belays it. this is completely different than that. Like, he's not like Kyle Rayner in Morrison's run, because he was kind of like the new guy in that, and he's not like Wally in the cartoon for Justice League either, where he's kind of just the jokester all the time. Like, Ezra Miller's Flash like has jokes, of course, but it's more so the socially awkward dude to kind of just like trying to fit in.
Yeah,
and I'm here for it, and it paid off at the end, because his scene when he went into Speed Force at the end was incredible. So,
no, totally, I agree with you. What's up, Simmy? Cool Cash Mafia in the chat. I like Barry. Barry was cool. I like Barry. His costume should look less technical. I think this is more like a prototype suit thing, anyways. It seemed to me, because it looks like it's being held together by like wires, almost. At times.
Yeah.
I actually, like the same way that I didn't like. I could understand you looking at this Barry and just being like, nope, I don't agree, right? I could, and I get it, and I wouldn't be mad at you. I think I'm at the point in my life where I've come. It took me a while to come to terms with this, because I think where I've eventually accepted this as like the new reality is when I watch Logan. Because listen, I think out of all the quote unquote X-Men movies, that's the least egregious one. So I will say, they have like 1.5 good movies. But that's not my Laura. Okay, she's great, she works.
Yeah,
that's not my Laura Kinney. But I had to learn to be okay with that. I know where to look for the version of Laura I want to read, experience, watch, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
The multiverse
like X-Men Evolution.
Yes.
Yeah, like X-Men Evolution
is
Laura.
super duper vast. There's going to be so many iterations of all kinds of characters. It's okay if one is going to be a lot more different or deviate. You could still recognize him as the Flash because of the things he can do. And I think a lot of times that's good enough, and he shouldn't be a slave to the history of the character. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it. The same way I was okay with Lex. Lex is weird. Don't get it twisted. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like okay. Like, I think you could make that like, I don't know. Like, I also say socially awkward like modern psychopath version of Lex work if it just wasn't Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
Because Jesse's a great actor. He's been in a lot of good movies, especially like I love the one where it's him like as the magicians who are also thieves type shit. I don't remember what those movies were called, but I really liked him in that.
See me now. You
see me now. Now
okay,
you see me.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just don't think he works as Lex Luthor, even as more of a younger, like kind of like social network, like CEO Lex. Like this version of Lex Luthor is like even more psychotic Mark Zuckerberg, and it's like, okay, it's not. People want oil baron Lex Luthor. That's what they want.
Yeah,
big business Lex Luthor, and it's like, it's okay. It's not my cup of tea though. I'll say that for sure.
So you judge based on what's present rather than how a one-to-one adaptation of character is. I felt the same way about Spider-Man. Yeah, but like I've come to that point. Like, honestly, if I imagine if I was an incredibly big Batman purist, BVS would have pissed me off when he was killing criminals. But that's all I ever wanted him to do for years. I'm like, bro, you let the Joker run around and do all this shit, and every time he breaks into Arkham, what he do? Fill a cemetery.
I feel like that killing criminals. Yeah, the killing criminals thing in BVS to me was always fine because this is an older Batman who's been through some shit. Like if he had been younger, I may have had a problem with it, but even then, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't mind if my superheroes have to put you down permanently. But like Spider-Man is definitely Iron Man Jr. in the MCU, but he doesn't bother me because I understand what that's going for a. General populace. They want the general populace to really like those movies, so understand. That's why, because Iron Man did so well, now you have Magic Iron Man, Hammer Iron Man from Asgard,
Space Iron Man,
Iron Man Jr. So I kind of get it. But I've learned to just accept it. Like I said before, okay, so recently we got the Man of Tomorrow DC animated movie. I love that Superman. Incredible. Amazing. And most people don't know this. I'm not a huge fan of Henry Cavill's Superman. And I don't blame him for it, really. I think it's the direction he gives. He always looks very stiff to me. Mad stiff. And, just really hard all the time. Like, even the way he turns his neck is always, mad. I'm like, bro, why do you look like you just made up pure muscle or something? But then again, I feel like this has always been, a more realistic take of what would happen if superheroes were in our world. With Man of Steel and things of that nature. I don't dislike Henry Cavill Superman at all. I just said, it just never blew me away. probably for live action. Might go with Tom Welling actually, but that could just be nostalgia speaking. But
Yeah.
yeah. Did you like the effects of Flash's like when he's running? His form be damned. I don't know why he runs like that, but
The form is weird.
Yeah.
But the actual lightning flowing around his body as he's moving is really cool. Like even when he's standing still.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense because like people don't know this about Flash. Like he's not just fast when he's moving. He's fast when he's standing still too.
Yeah, because he thinks fast. Like he thinks fast. He processes information fast. He types fast. He swings fast. Like all of that matters. Like his entire body's accelerated like that. But yeah, I really have a problem with him. Like you said earlier, the way that kind of character arc thing really comes full circle at the end, best of the best, and
Gotta break the rule, Barry.
Yeah, gotta break the rule, and we already saw that when he approaches like lightspeed, timey-wimey things happen, which was really cool. So I was okay that he was kind of rewrite. I mean, Flash has always been used to rewrite the timeline anyway. We just kind of got to see it in a more literal sense with this movie.
Yep.
The people.
What'd you think of
Hold on.
Oh, no, read the comment.
But keep those the thought. The people complaining only based the Batman they know of the anime series in the 90s. I was fine with Batman and BVS because it was the future. And I think Jason Todd was dead. Yeah, he was dead in that version. He was Breaking Point, so it made sense.
Imagine if
he starts
Dick Grayson was dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that was yeah, I don't know. Like I actually really like Ben Affleck as Batman. He's my favorite live action version, to be honest. So
Same.
So I feel it. What are you gonna say though? What are you gonna ask?
I was gonna say, what'd you think of the whole anti-life equation stuff? Because I know a lot of people have some issues with like how the plot for that was laid out, where it's like how did Darkseid forget where the planet was and all that other kind of shit revolving around it.
Well, it's hard to say, right? Because I interpreted that scene as that's not Darkseid, that's Wax, right?
Yeah.
However you say it, right? Before he even got the
Omega Force.
Yes,
yeah, of course.
So that's my assumption. So even though he could be a couple centuries years old, he's still like a young Darkseid, so to speak. And maybe he was just going around blindly and really not paying attention to exactly where he was going. I did find it strange that he didn't recognize Earth was the planet which he was like lost or whatever. But I don't know what happened when he got taken away. When they retreated, they could have retreated to how many light years away, right?
Well, the way I looked at it was like three things would have to happen for it to work. One would be that mother boxes would have to exist on other planets.
Yeah.
Because Steppenwolf was being called around all these other places without an armada.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only way that would work. And the second thing would have to be like, this way I think Darkseid would be written. He got defeated, but he didn't tell nobody at home who he lost to or where that place was.
So it became like a legend, the world that fights back. I could see that. Yeah. That makes sense.
And also, probably in his younger age, didn't even bother to map where this place was.
Yeah.
And also, from what we saw, he was the only dude who had actual mental, like, functioning capabilities because the sages were dead and the rest were parademons.
Yes, he really kind of came out solo. Mm-hmm. So this is before his rise. We don't know what he could be. He could be like in a feud with Highfather around that time. I don't know. So.
Yeah, and he also, I would say, probably didn't tell anybody the equation was there, because if he's Euaxis at the time, he's not going to tell anybody, like, oh, I found the fucking anti-life equation on this planet, like King of Apocalypse before me. Let me give you this weapon I want. Nobody. Yeah.
What happened? Tactical retreat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't mind this gigantic scar on my right side. It's completely fine. I know what you're talking about.
I always like that scene because I always felt like it made sense to me if Ares being the one to make.
If Zeus or Ares had beat his ass right there, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because as Euaxis, like he's getting clapped by those dudes. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people know how strong the Greek pantheon is actually in DC. They're pretty damn powerful, especially like they use magic, so Superman could just get his ass whooped with some lightning. Type B, but yeah, I'm like, it's war. Ares is powered by this shit. Him actually putting that axe into his fucking neck makes so much sense to me. And
I think it works in the movies too, because of when in Wonder Woman we see that Diana is capable of beating Ares during a war, but also it's like this war is bigger, so Ares is more powerful, and two, Euaxis at that time is probably weaker than Steppenwolf in this movie.
I agree with
at this time. Because, like, Steppenwolf was older, more experienced, seems to be, like... Well, no, he's confirmed more powerful than Diana is in this movie.
Yeah, because she said she never seen being that powerful, which was a little odd to me. I thought Darkseid was pretty damn strong in the last movie. But
yeah. But even when, like... like when he gets the Omega Force, like the dude's just on a different fucking level anyway. So
Exactly.
that was fine with me. I know some people are like, oh, he already lost to Ares. Why is this guy a threat? It's like whatever, man.
I was totally fine with how it happened. It took the entire Earth, man. King Atlan before Atlantis fell. Someone said the Themyscirians, but I guess that works. But the Amazons, humans, we're trash. We're so garbage.
That bum ass Green Lantern, and we are garbage. That is true.
They're like, yo,
they got all this shit.
Make a shrine and guard it with your life. They said, yo, dig a hole.
We gotta drill this hole right here.
Throw it in the dirt.
Throw some dirt on it,
bro. They didn't even put that shit deep. It's like they took like 2 little scoops of dirt and said, all right, but
yeah, we got it. And then Cyborg does the same shit later on.
Oh, that shit killed me. That shit was mad funny. I like his armor a lot too. By the way, Steppenwolf's armor feels alive. I just love it.
That shit is dope. You can see how like parts of it move as his shoulders and like how he changes his stance and how he breathes. It shifts.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
Honestly, 2 feet in the dirt is where they put it. Yeah, I don't think it can be understood how powerful the Mega Force. Yeah, the Mega Force, Mega Effect is crazy. So
one thing I will say about Apocalypse that I don't like is that I need Desaad to be uglier. I need this man's face to be deformed. That's what I need.
Yeah, he doesn't look as bad as he could have.
Yeah.
Granny, by the way, shout out.
Granny goodness, yes, sir. My girl.
Yeah, but I just felt like this movie, because it takes the time. Well, first of all, I don't think there's inherently a better tone to have anything like lighter, heavier. I think that's all dependent on the person. I think what helps this movie a lot in a comparison to the other movie was its tone at the very least is consistent. As opposed to, it's kind of serious. Superman Resurrected, he's talking about, it's definitely bleeding. Like, bro, what? So having a consistent tone, even if it's a little bit more darker, it's like, it's dope. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually think the saturated style for Snyder's movies actually works for this, too. Mm-hmm. In this verse. I actually really like the night battle way more than the orange fucking sky that they had in Justice League.
Yeah, that was bad. Pat, it's there's only one Invincible run.
Yeah.
As long as you probably see Corey for a while, but as long as you see Robert Kirkman, you're reading the right thing. It's an Image series. It's only there's really one. I can't say there's one creative team. They switch artists, but yeah.
Yeah.
You good though. It's not DC or Marvel. It's not gonna. You don't have to like. The only thing is there's one Marvel tie-in, but it's not important. You could read it if you want to, where you meet Spider-Man. But yeah. Granny gonna go when she shows up. Oh man. Okay. What did you think about you said you brought up earlier that Cyborg was probably stole the show for you. Why did he steal the show for you?
I mean, he had probably the best character writing in the whole movie, honestly.
No, I don't think that's debatable.
You would say that's
getting a red. Let's go, Pat. Yes, he's reading it. You're gonna read it.
Good shit, Pat. I mean, who do you think had better writing than him in the movie?
Nobody.
Would you say?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
That didn't mean I didn't mean I enjoyed him the most. I agree with you, because I said this in the video, but just because. Okay, so remember how I said like this is to me still the most like this is not the way you really want to build your verse, right? Mm-hmm. You probably do want to start with your individual movies and lead into a team up. And I always said if it was me doing this, I would have the Holy Trinity be the meetup before the big meetup. So with the third or fourth film, I would have Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman join forces to defeat something. Maybe Darkseid. Or not Darkseid. Maybe Doomsday. Right? Yeah. And then that's the Holy Trinity. Having a Holy Trinity movie would have still been hype to see those three team up, because they're like the first three really big megastars of DC like that. Mm-hmm. But we're doing it this way, so it is what it is. And I know a lot of it had to do with Warner Brothers' interference, because he wants to do a Man of Steel 2 and some stuff too. So it is what it is. So with that being our underlying base or foundation for how the universe is going to be built upon, I think this is the best way to do it. So I felt like every character had a complete character arc in that movie. And the length also helps because it's about 4 hours.
Well, yeah, I agree that too. I just think that Cyborg's was... Like, you could feel when you've said this before many times when we talked about this, or when I've heard you talk about it. He's clearly the heart of the movie. He gets so much dedication on just like him and his family dynamic, and also just his powers in general getting explained in the manner they did. It's very clear how important he is, and he should be, because that's the way it is for the Jeff Johns run of Justice League that this movie is kind of based off of, where they get Steppenwolf and Darkseid out of here, and he's the one that's integral to that.
Yes.
I will say this though, my favorite character in the movie is Steppenwolf. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I just think Cyborg was the best written.
Which I don't disagree with, because like
Yep.
I really like even though I knew this part would come later when he broke it, when he said, "Let me speak to you as a dad," because like I said, it reminded me of Strong World with the fucking toenail and stuff. And I've seen it in the movies a couple times, but I somehow my mind still went to One Piece. I have a problem, but anyways, I could find One Piece in anything I watch or read. I don't know what's wrong with me or play. But no, it's I honestly thought the dynamic with him and his dad and everything was really well done. And like my favorite part is shout out to Simi for reinstating heroism in my body, in my blood and soul. But when he's like, "Yo, you're basically the digital god of this world. You could launch nuclear missiles with your mind easily. You can fuck around with money, finances, this and that. You can spy and see through any surveillance network, crack any firewall, this and that. But it's your willingness not to do that, not to go too far, not to see too much, not to push, and invade people's privacies and whatnot. That will define you as a man and ultimately as a hero." And I'm like, this is beautiful. This is
Essentially, with great power comes great responsibility. Just told in a different way.
Yes,
yeah,
in a roundabout way. But like even
tried and true.
But like even seeing him like see that one woman who's like hard out, down on her luck, trying to just make ends meet type beat, and he gives her a little bit of money so she can actually like. I loved it. I'm like, this is incredible. And then,
well, yeah. By the way, fun fact up for that whole scene: the woman that did that scene, I saw this on Twitter just randomly, but it was awesome. The actress for that literally asked on Twitter, "Hey, am I in Snyder's cut of this movie? Because I got cut out of the Joss version, and I really wanted people to see this."
Oh.
And Ray Fisher quote tweeted and was like, "Yes, you're in it, and you were awesome." And I was like, "Damn, that's fucking cool!" Because I love that scene.
Yeah.
I've seen people get emotional at it too, so it clearly hit for other people. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, no, like it was really good, and like even like the part like seeing a bit of his mom. With his mom talking, he has a good heart. He tried to help that student. I'm like, you're seeing all the little seedlings here of why he's a good kid, and obviously anyone would struggle. I told this to my dad. I said, if you could revive me with some cyber electronic parts, but I don't have an organic penis, let me die dead. I said, if the meat's not organic, it's time to let me go. You gotta let me go. I
just need the roots and the stem. Everything else can go. Just leave me that, please.
I know I was foul for that, but anyway, hey, it is what it is. I am not trying to be out here with some.
I will say also, I very much liked the Wonder Woman scene in the beginning, way more than the Joss version. I think that's the best usage I've seen of her bracers in literally anything ever. Like the speed at which she moved her arms.
That was awesome.
Yep.
And I love how stupidly comic book villain they are. They're like, we just need a reason for the hero to intervene.
Back to the Dark Ages.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
What
the fuck is he talking about? But I fucking loved it.
I'll also say that that whole entire sequence is one of the most Wonder Woman things I've ever seen in my life. That's peak version of Diana. Kicking all these motherfuckers' asses and right, all right, guys, we good? Oh, hey, little girl, you want to be just like me? Yeah, sure, why not?
You could even be better. Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, Zodiac? But yeah, I'm keeping my meat, yo. That's all I'm saying. But Wonder Woman is I can't say she was the best in this movie, but like I said, like she's the character I've always resonated the most with. This because me and her are basically going through a similar character arc, right? So I get it. She just be like doing her own shit, off on her own, not worried with no one, but she constantly thinking about a love that she lost type beat. I'm like, yeah, I feel it. But man, you understand with that part with the girl, that was beautiful. I love that. But once you told Aquaman hate is useless, that shit hit me. She's like, I hate my people as much as you do. She's like, hate's useless. Hate is useless. I'm like, look at the heroism when all my people coming out.
That really makes me the added scenes with Arthur specifically in this movie really makes me kind of want to rewatch Aquaman to see where the changes would be in the Snyder cut.
Yeah,
focusing into this because I feel like that Wonder Woman conversation did something there. His talk with Volko definitely did something. Just seeing Volko in the movie is way better
way
tie-in to
better.
Aquaman.
The only thing that sucks is that Mera's entire backstory was changed to being an orphan and being raised by the queen, where obviously in Aquaman movie she's a princess. So
Yeah, she was with Dolph Lundgren's character, who I can't remember the name of.
I don't remember I can't remember his name either. But yeah, she was engaged to Orm. But it just but Wonder Woman 2, like I always like her like action sequences, everything, because and one thing about her that I always will appreciate is like you know the iconic panel where she talks about not having a Rhodes gallery because she puts them down permanently.
Yeah,
It never bothers me that she threw that one guy into the wall so hard, blood splattered. I'm pretty sure.
when she blew up the wall, it was like, all right,
that was so unnecessary. But
she was like, let me just fucking destroy this dude.
I'm telling you, no superheroes care about property damage. They all hate the city.
Only one who cares about property damage is like OG comic like Clark. That's it.
Yeah. How did we feel about Superman in this movie?
I mean,
by the way,
I've seen better in Man of Steel.
Somebody brought up Alfred. I love Alfred in all these movies, by the way. There's not a single
You fucking the tea up.
She was massacring that tea. He was stressed for his life. He's like, no, put the water. You're gonna scald it.
Actually, she was probably like doing the tea fine for how she does, but like, no, bitch, this is how Master Bruce likes it. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Like, careful, you don't want to scald the tea. I'm like,
that should be enough.
Did you see when he poured it and he actually brought the like as the like
shit
the
up.
tea was rising? I'm like, bro, look at this nigga.
Literally could not help himself.
No, I love Alfred, but I had to touch on him because he the GOAT. And remember how I don't know if you questioned how Batman was just randomly blocking fucking beams from these fucking parademons, but I saw him make the gauntlet. That helped me a lot. Yep. That's nice.
I also think that interaction with him, Diana, was hilarious, where he's like, oh, Master Bruce made this design up. And she's like, oh, you want to have a lasso made in black too? Because Bruce clearly just copied her fucking bracers. I like that scene a lot.
Maybe I should have
some
work.
It's like, this motherfucker stole my shit.
He's like, oh, that's useful. I still also like that he still some of them. Let's talk about this right now. Yes, he did pack that nigga Steppenwolf up. He said not impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nice to me because especially live action, I don't see Arctic Breath or Super Breath nearly as enough as I should. So it just made me happy to see him break that shit, pack him up. And like I said, the gimmick of, we've kind of handled everything. All we need to do is get Superman back from the Phantom Zone or a kryptonite cage or whatever until he's ready, so we can come and mink and put down the last person, whoever it is. I need that. I never gets old. Never gets old. And he's fast. He's fast, bro. I'm so happy that one scene was actually Snyder's scene where Flash is like, wait, hold on, he could see.
And he looks at him, yeah.
Like,
but they extended that too, where he's fucking flowing around with him as fast as he is, like blowing up the rocks and shit.
The CGI was abysmal.
Yo! It was abysmal.
It was abysmal. And I'm like, bad acting and bad CGI have to be really bad for me to notice it, because I'm not looking for things like that ever, right? And like I said, big stupid superhero CGI slugfest has never bothered me one time, unless it's really ugly. I don't mind it. One thing about Snyder's movies is I love the impact they use on Superman's blows. It shows me how strong he is everyone else. Oh yeah, for sure.
That motherfucker be punching people, bro. Jesus.
Yeah.
I still remember Man of Steel when what's her face? Oh, what's her name? Allura. I don't remember what her name was, but she was that Kryptonian on Zod ship, and she comes down Feora, when she comes down into the town and just beats the shit out of all those soldiers.
Like,
just boom, 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 boom.
Just
done.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
Need that Arctic breath for Darkseid? Oh God, I need it. When Superman was staring down Darkseid, though, that future conflict, that shit was so crazy. It gave me goosebumps. I'm like, my head, I'm like, dang.
You and me, motherfucker.
We might never see that in this this universe or whatever.
Oh, we need the Omega Beam Heat Vision clash, bro.
I know.
Fuck.
At least I got to see him use the Omega Beam and Cyborg's vision.
Just that one time.
Yeah. It wasn't enough, but I'll take it.
I lost my shit, bro. I was like, oh shit! So Omega Beam. And even though it was like 2 seconds long, I was like, that's how that shit should work. Those beams are fucking broken.
You will now feel the wrath of my Omega Beams, Kryptonian.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so.
All about the dark side, one way or another.
The black suit hits. I like it. It's good.
It does hit. That scene of him putting it on with Jor-El and Jonathan talking in the background.
I love it.
God, that gets me emotional every time because I am a Man of Steel stan. I love that movie.
Having rewatched it, I've actually bumped it from a 7.5 to an 8.
I love that movie, bro.
I think I'm over the lowest thing because it's not my lowest. But again, I've learned to let characters be their version of their characters. But I just don't like Jonathan's death. I hate that. That's the only thing I don't like because it doesn't actually teach him anything, in my opinion. The point of his death is always to just be like, bro, there's some people you can't save. You can't stop a heart attack. You can throw some shit back out of orbit into the sun, or whatever. But human beings' lifespans are finite. When it's time to go, it's time to go. And that was the lesson. He could have blew that fucking tornado away, clapped it away, got his dad out of there fast enough.
Yeah.
There's so many. I don't think it teaches him anything. So I think that.
I know the intention of that is. I know the intention for that is supposed to be like Jonathan's like, hey, the world isn't ready for you yet.
Yes,
but
yes,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I think,
it does miss the mark in my opinion. But
yeah.
I can get where it's trying to go for. But anyway, Justice League, Clark Kent raw. I like the scene on the farm with him and Lois.
And then when Martha comes, I felt that.
Yep. Diane Lane and Henry Cavill, I think, always had a good mother-son dynamic in the movies. So
I actually, like, side note, I always felt the kid in the movie looked like her son.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because the kid in Man of Steel, like
it looks like Martha's kid, or like someone related to Martha, or whoever plays it.
Yeah. So I think it's the noses.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, he was good. He worked a lot better to me in this movie. I like that he put on the black. I think it looks really cool. Obviously, he didn't have the same
silver.
purpose.
Yeah, the silver crest was.
Yeah.
I love Snyder's Superman suit. I love just his general take on Kryptonian anything.
Yeah,
I really like.
I love the skin suits. They're really good. The armor and everything is really good. Like I wish more of them looked like this. Like if you don't know, I'm not a fan of the underwear over the tights. It is what it is. Like I'll deal with it. But I kind of like the idea that what Superman is wearing is just pretty much regular wear for Kryptonians. He's just wearing it on Earth, so it looks like a superhero outfit. I like that. I think that's cool.
Yep.
And I remember the New 52 making him actually weaker, but his Kryptonian thing was actually Kryptonian armor to kind of give him that added durability. I only bring it up because I like that, like, Steppenwolf's armor works similarly, where like you could be strong enough to kind of just pierce his skin if you have like a strong enough weapon or a special enough Triton or sword or whatever. But that armor was actually protecting him from a lot of blows, which is dope.
Yeah, that scene with the arrows on Themyscira was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He was literally just getting shot at and just walking.
Yeah.
He just didn't give a fuck. And that whole scene on Themyscira when he was just fucking those bitches up was amazing.
Ooh, it was brutal too, man. Even even underwater when he was hacking them Atlantis.
I still think the most brutal thing is when that one chick was holding him down with the ropes and he just swung and then just the blood just spewed out of like her neck and face area and she just I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, underwater was brutal too.
It was incredible though.
When when he jumped out of the water and it was like multiple frames of that scene just going, I was like, this dude is still jumping.
Yeah.
He's still jumping.
That was one leap from the ocean. So, yeah, he's strong. I love the Amazonians in this universe, by the way. They're so awesome. I feel like they deserve their own movie or something. I don't know. Maybe we could have them. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if Patty Jenkins has anything planned with them, but after what she did with that last Wonder Woman, I don't even know if I want her on anything.
Yeah,
I'll give you one more chance, though. You're shooting 50 check from the field, so I'm gonna give you one more chance. You know what I'm saying? So, Themyscira was so much better. It's not just a good movie. Yeah, and like we actually saw like the error of Artemis and like what it means to shoot the fucking flame into the Shrine of the Amazons. Like, what was that about? Why did we just not see that in the other movie version? That was really dumb. By the way, Batman just taking out parademons. Yo, he was putting in work. He was putting numbers on the board.
Shooting those. He brained that one dude.
Yeah.
At the last one he shot. I was like, Jesus, Bruce.
He was in his car going backwards.
Okay, here's another thing I'm gonna say. I think this is one of the best Batsuits live action. One of the best Batmen / Bruce Waynes in live action. And this is no cap. The best Batmobile in live action we've ever had.
That I definitely agree with. Batmobile, easily, for sure. It's to the point where like I even saw it coming. Like I'm so conditioned to certain scenes and certain moments and certain types of things and like superhero stuff. It's mad funny to me because I remember when the parademons broke in. I'm like,
Yep.
You just gonna see the when the lights turn on. He loves doing that
Yep.
shit. Like it's like
That's what he said. They're here. Turn the lights off. And it was like darkness. I was like, oh fuck, here it fucking comes.
I'm like, here comes the zoom. I'm like, I knew he was gonna do that shit. Like, yeah. So ultimately, it was a great film. I think it's a much better movie. I don't even think it feels like 4 hours. Then again, when you watch it a couple of times, you can kind of just pan through stuff you don't really like. Like, is Aquaman drinking whiskey, walking to the sea fucking awesome? Yeah.
Bro,
do I
yes.
need that? No, I don't
No.
need it. But like, don't litter.
Bro, I'm saying he's like, let me break this bottle, throw my fucking shirt in the water next. Like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, he doesn't care what the sea like that yet, but still shit. But I feel like his character arc, you could see how it comes full circle in Aquaman. I feel like it starts here in this movie more properly. I didn't care for that scene when he's talking to Wonder Woman. I think you're gorgeous. I'm so scared. And he's stepping on the lasso. That's mid, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
much
don't
better
litter,
scene with him and Flash.
The bat tag at
talking
the end.
about
Oh yes,
Cyborg.
the bat tag was dope. Everything was
when
dope.
him and Flash were talking about Cyborg. I think that was a much better character scene. Like, I thought you didn't care. He's like, never said that.
I never said that. Yeah.
Yep.
And you know how close he is to his father. So if there's one thing he understands is a man's relationship with his dad, you know, because he gets it. His dad is what it is. What Aquaman's like, you talk to machines. I thought that was funny because usually people tell him you speak to fish, and he's always like, it's not speaking, you know.
Fucking.
I said,
I love when he like looked. He's like he wants to fly. And he's just fucking looking at us like, "Fuck you talking about?"
He's like, this guy wears bat. This guy's in a bat suit. This guy talking to
dressed like a bat.
Yeah. Did you at all have any like I mean we're technically gonna speak about this guy twice. What's his name again? J.K. Simmons. He's Omni-Man in Invincible, but I took me a while to notice. But how did you feel about his Gordon? I know it wasn't much, but did you?
Yeah, solid Gordon. It was like same way I feel about him as J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies. Solid J. Jonah Jameson.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good. I like the action. How do you feel about the action scenes?
I mean, Snyder nails action every time. Yeah. I actually think that the Batman specific action in terms of his hand-to-hand was better in BVS.
Oh, for sure.
The Batmobile's action in Justice League, though, was much better than the Batmobile action in BVS, though.
I agree with that. The warehouse scene where he goes to take out KGB is still, to me, the greatest.
That's the greatest action scene to Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
Bro, when he grabbed that one dude's head and slammed it on that crate, like just jumping, bro.
He punched that one guy so hard into the wall. He threw that one guy with his entire being into the ground. I'm like, bro. I love this.
He punched a dude into the ground.
Yeah.
The way that man's neck turned was...
He was done. He was done. He was over. So that shit was incredible. Honestly, it really was. I'm trying to think of anything I forgot to mention. The Green Lantern got bodied. Oh, shit. Okay, so the actual part of the movie I never really care to when I get there is the final nightmare scene. Because I don't think we're going to get the conclusion to that.
I liked it only because I got to see Affleck's Batman and Leto's Joker on screen together. That's the only reason I liked it.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way. That's dope. Fair enough. But
also because I think Leto's Joker was much better in this than he was in Suicide Squad.
It didn't seem overly try-hard.
It was not. And also didn't have the bullshit-ass tattoos on his face.
Yeah. But I didn't actually necessarily take that as a dream sequence. More so that somehow he's experiencing another timeline. As a premonition, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Shout out Martian Manhunter as well.
Yeah.
Just vibing.
I feel like he saw the dream.
Yeah. Yeah. He may be inducing that shit. For real.
Oh, that's not possible. Us actually getting to see the General Colonel, whatever the fuck, actually come full circle as Martian Manhunter. How did you feel?
I liked it. Like I actually, my favorite moment from that is when I watched a live reaction to it and somebody saw him. It was like, holy shit, it's Martian Manhunter. And then he turns to the general. It's like, he was the general from Man of Steel? Like, I love seeing people react to that. I saw it too, and I was like, oh shit, it's my boy. Because I love Martian Manhunter. He's one of my favorite DC characters.
Oh.
And I was like,
You're with.
I
I'm so with you. He's so raw. Like for me, like Unite the Seven. If him being the seventh is totally fine with me over John.
Yep.
John Stewart.
John Stewart. Yeah.
Totally okay.
I actually was surprised by that when I had heard that he wanted John Stewart to be the Green Lantern. And I think he and I were talking about this. And I was like, because it was like based off that new 52 run. I thought for sure Hal Jordan was going to be the seventh guy eventually, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I think maybe he thought to himself, I know we have a black man, but he's just a robot, so let's get another one. Yo, that man is just a head, a fade, and a one good eye. he's a robot. He's not a cyborg at this point. He's just cyborg.
Also, one thing I will say about Cyborg, I like the way he walks, where it feels mechanical and not human.
Yes.
Where he's kind of like this exaggerated like sway to his movements.
Yeah, especially since he's
that.
not used to it too. I guess you could say too. So yeah. But yeah, Martian Manhunter was really dope. The nightmare scene was like it was cool and stuff. The Deathstroke stuff, I don't know what to make of it.
Good casting.
Yeah,
I'll say that, but
that's
it's like
sure. He looks incredible.
Yeah, because Joe I think was perfect for that, and he kills the voice for Slade. I think is like if we could get like a Bat flick movie with those two in it, with the level of action we got for Batman and BVS,
it would be so fucking incredible,
bro. Because that's like the one dude who you always think of like who could take Bruce 1v1 in a fight. It's Deathstroke.
Yep.
That's the only one you think of. So it's like, man, the hands we could have gotten. That could have been like Captain America and Bucky level shit.
For Winter Soldier? Oh, don't play
yes,
me.
sir.
Let me be like.
I'm just saying, man.
Yes, clans no, man. That is like I said, at the end of the day, I think the one takeaway most people will get from this, I obviously can't speak it with enjoyment, is that wow, this is a much better version of this movie than the theatrical version that we got, and which is all that I really cared for, to be honest. That's all I asked for. I won't lie, my expectations were a little low despite my excitement, but I was blown away. I really was.
Yeah, you know, like we had talked about this like a couple times in like GCs. Like I just want it to be okay. That was like our minimum.
Be better than that.
And then we got good. I was like, yes, let's go.
Because like you said, like I actually do think it's a good movie. It's not perfect at all.
No.
But I think it's a good movie. I had a blast. And if you really want to hear any of my other thoughts, hey, check them. I just dropped a review on the channel. Because now, I think it's time.
Image season.
For Mark Grayson. Invincible is here. Listen, I have been screaming about this comic book for so long. And it's finally here, and just seeing everybody watching it, being excited about it. I saw Jay. I popped in for Jay's watch stream a little bit. Can you do that, by the way? You guys watch that shit? Is it because Amazon?
It's Amazon Prime, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was wondering if that was like the thing, because I'm like, this man's just watching the episode. Like, is that allowed? Because like, if I knew I could do that, I would have done that.
Yep. Yeah, he looked it up to make sure, but yeah, we had talked about it, and prior to watching it, I had made sure to read some of Compendium 1 because I had bought it at Christmas and hadn't opened it yet. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck it, I'm going to actually get to reading this. And I've read 24 issues within the span of a day. Mm-hmm. The story is different. It's like, honestly, like, I can understand why the story itself, and many people say this is the best superhero story ever told.
Yeah.
So far, I'm leaning towards agreeing with that. I'll have to see
top
how
one.
Goes.
Hey, Steve is top one.
Bro,
like
if this honestly could be my top one story. I don't know if Mark will be my favorite superhero character. Like so far, he's easily the best character for me. But I like Evil Eye.
You've seen my favorite character actually. It's the alien that he meets.
Yeah, Alan's great. He's top 3 for me. Yeah. Love Alan.
He's my favorite.
I just read the issue where he goes back and meets his girlfriend in space. Okay. But I won't go into the end of that chapter of that issue. It was holy fucking shit. But I can't talk about it because we got I guess cartoon onlys. Is that what we're gonna call them now?
Cartoon only.
We can't call them anime onlys.
Amazon Prime onlys.
Prime onlys. Like we fucking.
Dude, I remember when I read initially, I was similar. I binged a couple volumes that night. Like, to me, Invincible is just I don't know if it's the greatest superhero story ever told, even though that's what it calls itself. It's a self-proclaimed, but I don't think it's undeserving of the title. If you believe that, I would not be the guy to argue with you. Put it that way, because I honestly think Mark's journey from issue 1 to issue, I want to say 149. I don't remember. I want to say about that many. To me, was marvelous. I know it starts off pretty basic and normal, and right now you're still seeing like characters that you can be like, oh, that's like a female Adam and this and that, other and other. I promise you, at some point with the subject matter and how it dives into it, you're gonna see how it's different.
I'd say at about like issue 10, I noticed that this dude there was something there. Because at first it was like episodic comic story, like let's give you some shit just to introduce you to it, and I was like,
it was really well done, but it
was
was run of the mill stuff. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, like high quality play, but play we've seen before, But
100%.
But cartoon is only fitting when it comes to the comic book medium. Yeah, just really good. One of my favorite stories in any medium. Yeah, like to me, something like the self-contained. I can't say 2, 3 kind of self-contained superhero stories that stand out to me as completely different. I guess shit. Okay, 4 self-contained is The Boys, because The Boys is just its own entity of juvenile and off the deep end. I think the show is much better. Invincible, because I just think it's an incredible. I love when I watch the journey of a character from like child to teenager to like fully grown or at the end of their whatever. So you're gonna see him from like teenager to full ass adult later on. I like seeing stories like that and seeing how they learn and grow and change as the years go along. I would say The Boys, because whatever I said before, I don't remember what I said, but yeah, juvenile, blah blah yada yada. Empowered, because I can't go into Empowered right now. I can't do it. I'm gonna get there one day, but Empowered is different. And what was the last one I was thinking about? I don't know. There was one more. But
knowing you, I'd say Deadly Class, but
no, because that's not really superhero.
Okay.
Oh dang! What did I say? I said Invincible.
It's Invincible, Empowered, The Boys.
Oh, Watchmen.
Ah, yes.
Especially for the time.
Yes.
So yeah, Watchmen. Watchmen. I was thinking of. Sorry, I randomly thought of Ozymandias. I'm like, oh, there we go, my goat. So, yeah. But yeah, how did you feel about the episodes that we've seen so far? I know you haven't finished the third one, so we can focus on the first.
I was like halfway through the third one, but it's like,
yes, Mikey, Empowered is a goat. Yes, sir.
It's different.
It is.
I'll say that. Like automatic, it's different. Like I didn't expect it to be so different.
I did.
Even the short amount that I've read, I was like, wow, like this is very different. I won't say. I don't know if I formed an opinion on whether I like it or not. Like it's fun, but it's like I don't know. I don't think it's as good as the source material. I'll say that now, even for the limited amount I've gotten. Mm-hmm. But I think it will work a lot better for general audiences this way. Because one thing I noticed that I feel like that they're trying to do is that they are leaning more heavily into Mark as the Spider-Man archetype rather than the Superman archetype.
I agree.
Because in the comic, I feel like it's a perfect mixture of both. This is more Spider-Man than Superman. That's what it feels like.
And for anyone that doesn't really know what he means, it's more like the slice of life part of his life in a lot of ways. Like the girls and the balancing school with heroism and stuff like that, where like I totally agree with him. You kind of got that perfect blend of the Spider-Man, Superman kind of stuff. But here it's right now, at the very least, it's leading more into that stuff, which is understandable and it's okay. I always say you're failing the media that you're using if you do a complete one-to-one adaptation. So I'm glad they're not doing the exact same thing. But I'm agreeing. Like the source material to me has been better, but I think this totally works for the TV format.
I think it works too.
And
and I don't have a problem with it like being different. It's like I was just kind of thrown off. Like it's really different. Like in terms of like more so placement of scenes, and also I'd also say just. This goes into like a deeper thing with me where it's like, pacing too, but also changing in how characters look and like their character designs. Like for instance, like William being gay, Amber being black, like Shrinking Ray being a girl's like whatever is a Shrinking Ray. Same with like Green Ghost being a woman, whatever. Who cares? I think it's mainly for William and Amber. It's like okay, like. I'm a person that's like, I understand how representation is important. Mm-hmm. Usually I don't like it for representation's sake, where it's just there for that and nothing else. Yeah. I'll see where this goes. I think Williams is different because he has an interaction with another character that I won't say for people that haven't read the comic. That's a lot different than this. Yeah. I don't necessarily know if if it was important enough to keep, which is probably why they changed it. Mm-hmm. Amber, I'm actually interested to see how they take her in a different ethnicity. So I'll see, because in the comic, she's just this blonde white bitch.
Yeah,
a good character, I'd say.
That's totally what
But
you're doing. So yeah. But oh shit. What's up, Jay? Oh shit, you rated me? Oh, fuck. I appreciate that. Let's see a
Thanks,
party of
Jay.
44. We just in here talking. Love you too, brother. But at the end of Volume
We'll
2,
say this, though.
Naya wasn't ready. But yeah, he wasn't. No, Jay
we'll
just
say
ready.
this though,
Go ahead.
action is hitting in the animated series so far.
Okay, so I have one nitpick and one criticism.
Okay.
My criticism is I feel like they kind of just cut cost. Not cut cost, but cut some corners here with some of the movement and animation and stuff. I especially felt one part when Mark was flying around, the way he was moving, it looked like someone like took like a mouse and tried to like wiggle him around.
Shake it around.
And I'm like, bro.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, bro, what is going on? So
I'll say one other thing that kind of threw me off when this is the biggest thing, the biggest change for me.
Mhm.
When Omni-Man kills the Guardians, I don't know if I should spoil this. Like, okay, it's completely different how he handles them in the comic than it is in the show.
Yes.
And I honestly prefer the comic version of this a lot because it's just like, holy shit, what just happened? Which you still get in the show, but I feel like it's turned up to another level in the manner it's done in the comic.
Yes, I agree.
And also the fact that, like, I kind of think that they nerfed Omni-Man for the show a little bit. Because, like,
I don't think so. I'm not going to... Because you haven't seen the end of the third episode, you'll see they didn't. I think he's just...
It's just like when I see, like, Immortal and War Woman hurting this dude, I'm like...
Okay, they're saying no spoilers. All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I won't say anything, but yeah.
I think they nailed Eve, though. Oh, because
yes.
Because Eve had basically stole the show for me. Like from the get-go.
Eve is...
What's up, Jay?
I love Eve a lot.
Yo, what's up? I'm gonna go to bed in like 5 minutes, like I mentioned, but I just wanted to pull up and say what's up.
Hey, what you think? What you think?
What you think, Jay?
Bro, that shit was fucking incredible. Wow. Dog, that show is good. That show is like it's the vibe. For me, it's just the vibe of the show. It's like my vibe to a T. Mm-hmm. It's just like, for me, it's like I'm upset that there's not 20 episodes out because I would have watched all 20 that night. I would have finished it that night. I swear I would have finished it.
I believe you.
That shit was so good.
So far.
Ooh, that's tough. My favorite character.
Probably gonna be Eve or Mark.
I tuned it for a bit, and you killed me when when Mark walked in, and then Eve and Rex kissed. You're like, oh no, you paused it.
I was like, oh, he's down bad. He was so down bad, bro.
I remember. I just remember laughing when I read it. Like, oh shit. I remember like, oh crap. Like, close the book for a second. Like, oh, he didn't know.
Yeah, when you're reading that too, it's just like you see this woman, it's like, oh shit, she's kind of bad, and then it's like, oh fuck, she's taken. God damn it.
You know, I think the best thing I can give this show is that I read the first couple of chapters, so I knew Eve had a boyfriend. I knew about Robot. It was kind of out of order. Everything was kind of out of order, but I knew that was going to happen. But still,
Alan
when I knew about Alan as well. But when that shit happened, bro, I'm just like, this is just so good. It's like I've never read it before, but I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, Jay, like when they do that scene of Omni-Man killing the Guardians, that happens like I think like 5 issues after. I think it's like issue 9. Or maybe like issue 8 or something like that when that happened. Like it's much later.
It's done a little differently though. Or differently. I think
way more differently.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too where like you're going to interpret it a lot differently in the comic book too. But again, I don't think the adaptation is bad at all because I don't.
No way.
I'm not a believer of simply looking at the source material and just putting every panel in the fucking show. You're not using your medium to your advantage. So I think sometimes cutting things, pacing changes, the rearranging of certain events makes sense to me because you're using the animation medium to your advantage. Music, dialogue, because I think all the conversations sound extremely organic.
Yes, very good.
Yeah. Thank you for all the follows, by the way.
Yay!
Appreciate it. But yeah.
Peace.
We're talking about Invincible and the subscription. Oh, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that.
Brother,
and y'all, if any of you like this series a lot, please read the comic. It's really good, and you'll probably like it as much as the show. Please.
They'll like it as much as the show, but I think the show is just too... You know when the show is just too good to spoil yourself, bro? Like, I feel like... That's how I felt with Ace of Diamond. I feel like I had to finish Ace of Diamond before I picked up the manga, and I'm still scared to pick it up. I'm still scared to pick up because it's like,
oh my God,
bro...
Is that Tan from Suzerain? Is that... Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good, bro. Nah, you good. I mean, listen, for me, I think I've underestimated how much OSTs really help the atmosphere of a show
Yeah.
and like the vibe of a show. And it's like the OST choice is so good. And it's multifaceted. It's not just all your hip hop.
There's
It's
good scoring in there too,
it's
like
just
orchestral stuff.
it's just great. The voice acting is elite. I'm just like, this is like Castlevania levels of voice acting. You know,
Mhm.
nothing is cheesy, nothing is corny, bro. The black people look like black people. It's like everything, bro. It's just everything.
That does matter. We're used to not looking like black people sometimes, so
That's what I'm
that
saying.
should
Like,
be mattering.
it just like
When Jay heard Kari Payton voicing
nigga. When I heard
Samson,
Cyborg, I was about to fly out my seat, bro.
Oh yeah,
this man
yeah,
heard
yeah.
Aqualad coming out of that man's voice and was like,
he is
yo.
a de facto nigga actor.
Yeah, bro. Kari is in
fact-
so much shit, bro. It is
Because in
unreal.
Young Justice, he's every black character. I swear to God, they're
He
all
is.
him. It's all him.
He
It's just
is.
him. It's just him.
I don't care, bro. I swear, if he was streaming, I would donate so much bread to that nigga. You have no idea. I was like, you are my childhood. I hope you know you're my childhood.
They said Church of Holy Eve, Church of Steve. Hey, I like Steve. Shout out to Steve. Steve top one.
I fuck with Steve heavy, but bro, can we talk about Amber, please? The
Yes.
aggression of this woman, nigga.
Yep.
Yo.
Jay, she is a completely different character in the comics. Like,
Yeah,
this is
she
a
is, yeah.
completely different character.
So is she better in the show or in the
I like
comics?
her. Actually,
I think she's good in both.
I like her in the
personally.
show because she's black.
Well, yeah, in the show she's black. In the
In the show,
comics,
she
she's white.
I'm not gonna lie. In the show, she just made me horny as hell. I don't know. She just got this aggression to
The
her. And
black
I'm just like, I
Samson
can't.
line was good.
But I will say, as a character, I think she's good in both. But
yes, Crow's
I
all
can
day.
understand.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry.
The
There's
bias.
a comment I wanted to read. Oh, the show is great. I do have some gripes still personally. I mean, it's not perfect. Like I said, I think the animation cuts corners at certain spots. I could already notice it.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know. I don't know
There's
if
some
anyone knows
3D
that
shit
fighting
going on
scene
where it's like-
it looked kind of wonky to me when he was flying at one point.
Some of the CG, like for when the Flaxons came in, that didn't look very good either. It was like,
Yeah, but it's
Jay,
like
it was like when we were watching that
Oh,
Dota
Dota.
show the other night, like
Yeah.
on the CG on the dragons. It was like, Jesus, like this is super noticeable. But it's like,
yeah,
it's like
but
whatever.
it's like you know, nothing can always be perfect. So I accept that.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like so long and jarring that it's taking me out. It's just like,
No.
And I
It's
was
like you
watching it.
see
I'm like,
That's it.
I feel like the way he's flying, it looks kind of wonky. But I just laughed it off and I
Yeah.
kept going.
It's like something that like it registers in your brain. It's like, oh, that's a thing, and then you move on, and then you just keep watching.
Yeah. But nah, bro. That was great. I'm just when I saw it was getting animated, I'm like, I just had a feeling. I was like, this is gonna be good. And they actually
Who's Kevin Michael
went
Richardson?
above. You said what?
Who's Kevin Michael Richardson? They said he's the Mahler twins. I don't know who that is. I don't know.
He's
the
a voice actor.
I don't know the voice actor.
Yeah,
actor, yeah.
he's been in a ton of shit. Who'd he play? And
The
he
only
plays so
voice
many-
I recognized by myself was J.K. Simmons.
He plays okay.
I
Jay,
recognize
here's
J.K.
one you'll
Simmons
recognize.
immediately.
Kevin Michael Richardson. He plays Dr. Fate in Young Justice.
Oh, really?
He plays
Okay.
Nabu.
Really? Okay.
If I'm recalling my voices
Oh.
correctly,
Yo, you wanna know what's funny? You wanna know what's funny, bro? He plays Jerome and Cleveland Brown Jr. in Family.
No fucking way.
he's been in a ton of shit.
He's in a lot of shit, bro. I'm just scrolling down.
I
his-
tried the
his-
comic, but the art doesn't look good enough for me to switch.
Oh,
to be
this is
honest.
one Niall remember. Niall, do you remember the Batman with the Jamaican Joker? He
Yes.
played him.
Yes.
He played him.
Oh shit! Don't kill me. Okay. Don't kill me. Sorry. I think someone said the logo, the intro for the logo was kind of corny. Anytime you're gonna say the word invincible, I don't like.
It is.
I
Yo,
don't like
Glam.
how quickly it pops up. I don't mind
I
the
like it either.
transition. It's like, call me invincible, but whoa, it's so fucking fast. Calm down. Slow it down. Have
Yeah,
have
it
a
is very
slower
quick.
transition. You know? Okay, yeah. I was like, bro, it scared
What's up,
the shit
Jay?
out of me the first time. I tried the comic, but the art doesn't look good enough for me to watch. So to be honest, I think the art
It improves
gets
like
better
really quickly.
and the art and
Like-
the artist isn't the same throughout the duration of the entire run. The writer is. It's
Yeah.
Robert Kirkman. So if you guys like The Walking Dead, he's the one who writes it. So Walking Dead is Robert Kirkman.
Jay, what were you gonna say?
Sorry, brother.
the-
Go ahead.
I don't even remember. I don't know.
Oh, okay, whatever.
All I know is the show was raw. That's all I
It was
know is
clean.
the show was absolutely clean.
Which is
I think the
all
only-
you ask for.
The only thing I was annoyed about was just the Flaxons. These niggas just kept pulling up again. I was like, yo, bro, I'm tired. I was tired the third time I saw these niggas.
Yeah, they
Get rid of
they
them.
only pull up twice, and it's the first time they pull up, and then the third time they pull up in the show is the two times they do it. in a
It's
comic.
just funny because like they're actually going and they're like spending years to come back and invade. For us, it's like
and then dying.
it's been like 3
as soon as
minutes.
they get in.
It's like, oh, thank God they're gone. They come back and it's been like 3 decades. I'm like, bro, I just fought for my fucking life the other day.
Yo.
Calm it down.
Also, fuck that nigga Rex. Oh my god, Rex ain't shit. Rex
No,
ain't shit.
I
bro.
don't. The thing about Rex is that he's such an obvious fuckboy. I'm like, you couldn't have toned it down and made him more regular. Like he's such a.
They made him more of a
I
fuckboy in the
know!
show. I was like, what? I was honestly impressed with how much more of a dick they made him.
Is Invisible a new comic? No, it started in like 2003.
Oh, three.
It's been about 16 years of show since it's been out. It's not new.
It's done for anybody
Yeah,
who's
it's
wondering.
completed. I think it's about 149 issues. So
Oh, it's completed.
yes,
Okay.
there's no more.
I just copped the last 2 compendiums.
I
so
have
now
all
I'll
of them
have
on
the
my
full
on my
series.
bookshelf. I have to
Yeah.
get them and bring them for the video next time. I didn't think about it, but it's not even in the front. I have to go in the back.
I
of my
copped
bookshelf and get it.
I copped all 3, the last 2 compendiums,
Mm-hmm.
and I also copped the last 2 years of East of West as well.
Okay, love to see it. Is every issue a new chapter or a new volume? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is every issue a new chapter? I mean, yeah. I guess.
Issue-
like, are there
An
multiple
issue- an
chapters
issue-
or is
an
it just one chapter?
An
An
issue is a
issue
chapter,
is
yeah.
the comic version of a manga chapter. For
The
all the
volume
weebs out
would be
there.
the what do they call it? Takabon? What is it called?
No, they'd be volume for in comic.
No, what,
is the same
what,
as
what do
volume.
you call it? What do you? Okay, I don't know if there's. I feel like there's a specific name for that.
Most
in
people just
Japanese.
call them volumes, but
Yeah,
I
but
think
yeah.
Tankobon is Japanese.
Yeah,
the
just
version of it.
think of an issue as like give or take 15 to 19 pages of a Shonen Jump chapter.
You buy them in volumes, or you buy them in the multiple different.
I
omnibuses
like to
they
buy
could
by
come
the
in.
volume or by
Yeah.
the compendium. So if they have like those like really nice hardcovers where it's like half the story and then the other half is the rest. I
Those
like
are
to buy in
the
bulk.
ultimate editions of those ones, because the
Yeah.
compendiums are literally like those massive ones.
Yeah, that's the ones I got.
Yeah.
The fucking bricks.
Yeah.
I got bricks.
Yes,
on the
that's what I
shelf.
got too.
Yeah. Yeah, Takobon for manga. That's the word I was looking for. There we go. Takobon.
There is a hardcover edition, Wally.
Bento box. Yes, tons of them. Rex is meant to not be like, yeah, I know, but I just felt like they toned it up so much that it's like,
Jesus.
I kind of like when these kind of love triangle things happen where everybody has like a reason. Whereas like Rex obviously sucks, so no one cares that him and Eve are gonna break up. You want better for her, you know? There's no conflict
Yeah.
there like that. That's
So you
basically
want
what I'm
better.
saying. But Eve is one of my favorite characters. She always was from the get go. I thought they nailed her introduction and everything, and I really like the scene where her and Mark talk about what's going on. He needed to.
Yeah.
He just needed. He's that boy was just zombieing through the halls like, bro, I'm trash. Everyone died. I'm trash. I can't
Yo,
be my
trash.
dad. You don't want to be your daddy. Don't
You
be your
don't.
daddy. Be your mama's son. Be your mama's son.
Also, Debbie is amazing. I love Debbie, bro.
Yeah,
That's mama, bro. I fucking love Debbie.
she's great. She's actually really good. She's my favorite. Oh, I almost dropped a crazy spoiler, but yeah, she's good.
Yeah. You're good. All right, but I'm about to head to bed. I just wanted to pull up and say what's up.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping.
Yo, Jay, I'm gonna hit you up for YouTube related shit tomorrow. Okay?
Jay, did you watch the
All
Snyder Cut at all?
You
2
said that I
times.
what?
Did you watch the Snyder Cut at all?
I did, yeah, well, I watched it. I watched all of it.
Just real quick general thoughts. Just
I liked it. I mean, to me, it's the best DC movie, obviously.
DC,
I
general
will
or
say-
DCU?
No. Well, I mean, Dark Knight 1 is fine. You know, that's the one. That's the number one for me.
Yeah.
But I think my problem is I don't like Ben Affleck as Batman.
I'm the opposite.
I've just I know Glam loves it as well. I just don't like it. I just don't like it at all.
Are you a Bale guy?
I am.
not
I'm a
Bale.
Christian Bale
I'm
guy.
not a Bale. I'm not a Bale guy. I don't have
I'm
a
not a
problem
Bale
with.
guy.
I have a problem
Yeah.
with Christian Bale. But he's not my Batman. That's all.
Yeah, same as me.
Kevin Conroy is my Batman, but
I'm also spoiled by
Kevin
the-
Conroy.
Yes,
is-
Kevin
yeah.
Conroy is like that's my
The
Batman.
Batman.
He will always be, to me, no Batman will ever be good enough. So that's just I think I'm just spoiled. So I can accept that. I think the Flash was hella corny. And I think the Flash scenes were also really corny.
Okay. Why does he run like? Why does he?
That's what I'm saying. Why is he running like that?
Why is he running like that? That's
Like,
all
why is he running
That's
like
all I
that?
ever
I'm
wanted
just
to
like-
know. Give
I
that
was
man a
like-
form.
Yeah,
I'll take the ninja one, nigga. Just stop this. That's not it.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
it
it wasn't the answer.
Whatever the fuck was going on, I'm not with that. But yeah.
You know, I just Barry is kind of corny, but I just didn't think they'd make him that corny. But I think that's more of a nitpick. I don't think it ruined the show. And also the Wonder Woman scenes. I love Gal Gadot. I love Wonder Woman. I think they just tried to make her.
Overplayed the fuck out of that music.
They made her scene.
What the fuck was that? I hated that.
Yeah.
Every time I
They
heard
made her.
it.
They made her scenes too extra. I'm like, you know, you don't have to have her in slow motion every time she's fighting, bro. Like, I get it. It's okay.
I need it.
He said, "It's all right.
I need to gaze upon the.
I needed it for that one beginning scene of when she's like
Oh
showing
yeah,
you
the
how
beginning
fast
scene.
she is.
Oh
Like,
hell yeah,
Jesus.
that was good.
God.
Yeah,
That Steppenwolf was raw. That Steppenwolf's intro is absolutely filthy. Like, to me, that's my favorite part of the movie.
I will bathe in your fear.
I will bathe in your fear. I'm like, all right. I was like, he's here for business. Niggas throwing horses and shit. I'm like,
he's so much better. He's so much better.
He's just so clean. Steppenwolf was so
to show
clean.
you the great darkness.
That honestly, that whole part was my, and also the Desaad scenes.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, nigga, clean. I'm like, wow.
We were speaking about this earlier, but why did Desaad take every opportunity to flex on that man for no reason? That man came, gave him a conference call. I'm terrible. I'm finding the mother boxes. He said, could have been you beside Darkseid, but no, wanted to be a goofy. I'm like, bro. I'm called for. What did I do?
Desaad was just there to shit on him. He wasn't there for any motivation.
I told you he was gonna fuck it up.
He's like, told you, nigga. Told you, fuck up. Darkseid's like, yeah, you was right. My fault.
He said, I told you ain't shit. I told you. I fucking hate that Desaad ain't shit, bro.
That shit was so foul. All right, go to bed, brother.
Yeah, all right, y'all.
See you,
Appreciate
Jay.
y'all.
I'll catch you tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. If
Invincible.
you see TPB, don't get confused. It just means trade paperback. It's just a trade. It just means like a volume for the most part. Sorry, give me a second. So if I buy them, how do I buy them? You go to the store.
Amazon.
You go to the store. You go to a bookstore.
Barnes and Noble.
I have a comic book shop that I usually go to. They hold shit for me. But you can get them on Amazon. I do get a lot of my books on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, so just any bookstore, something like that.
I should let y'all know that Compendium
Indigo.
3 of Invincible has like 15 copies left. Them bitches are settling because of the animated series.
Yo, yeah. If East of West gets a TV adaptation on this level, I will be 85 times more obnoxious than you. 85 times. I will not. Every tweet will be about East of West. I'll be like Fiji about manga. On the Twitter. But I'm talking about East and West. I'm about to spam. I won't stop. No one is safe. Is it a DC comic? Invincible is from Image, if that's what you're asking. Sorry, I'm just going through the comments because they're backed up. I don't get get this many comments, so I gotta go through it.
Is that JD Clout, man?
Debbie is fine as fuck. That's what I'm saying. Yo, Jay super spitting. Zack Snyder is the GOAT. Ben Affleck is the best. I love it. Look, yeah, you already told him where to find stuff. Even so clutch, she's underrated. She really is. She really is.
Y'all have no idea how fucking cool her powers actually are.
They really are. What's the compendium?
I already got that too.
Just a really big. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Back to the Invincible. So I wasn't sure how they were gonna do the blood and stuff. I think it looks good. I like it because it's uber violent. It's ultra violent. It being ultra violent, it's one of its selling points, which I've always appreciated about Invincible because to me this is one of the more realistic depictions of what super beings fighting each other would kind of look like. Where I feel like I've always said this. I understand, for certain characters when they bleed, it needs to be a big deal. Superman, right? But Kryptonians fighting each other should be the exact same thing as humans fighting each other. So if Zod punched the shit out of Superman, I think he should bleed, personally speaking. So I always found that Invincible found that right balance where it's like, yo, these guys are scrapping, and when they hit someone really hard, you draw blood. You seen how the Omni-Man squished that one motherfucker's face and shit? Like, it's so gory. Like, this shit gets more and more bloody, ultra-violent, and gory, and I really like it. And I think
the way they did the blood for this is actually kind of a one-to-one translation from the comic to the animation, honestly, from the style that I've seen so far.
Yeah. Because I guess I don't even know what Amazon Prime really is in terms of like a service or whatever, but I guess because it's on like a streaming service and stuff, they don't have to temper themselves as much. There's still certain things that happen that I don't know if they're going to dive into fully or scale it back the way The Boys has to scale back how fucking crazy the comic book is, which I actually think works in its favor. I don't know if it'll work in the favor of Invincible because I don't think Kirkman ever really goes super incredibly AWOL mega left field like that. Like,
Yeah.
put a bomb in, like put a explosive in her vagina type beat like they did in The Boys. Because Garth Ennis,
Yeah.
alright. I want to get clear when it comes to him. I don't even dislike him, but he needs to be on a leash. He's one of those people. He needs to be told no.
Too far.
That's dumb. No.
Who's that one dude that was like that one dude who like had to fuck people to death in The Boys? Like, I don't even. He was like this weird Batman wannabe.
I know what
and
you're talking
he was a
about. I
sex
really
addict.
don't remember his name, but there was even the techno night, and he had like a uncontrollable horniness. It was just
That's who I was talking about.
okay.
Him.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. They were just doing way too much with that shit, bro. So, cause there is one thing I wonder if they're gonna actually show it, but hey, we'll see. Amazon Prime also an adaptation of Blade of the Immortal. I did not know that. Live action? Cause they can keep that. I mean, I guess it's samurai shit. I could probably watch it because I don't even hate the Rurouni Kenshin, the live action movies. They're not the manga, but it's not bad.
Definitely not the manga.
But yeah,
Oh.
uncontrollable horniness. As Virgo pops in the chat,
Bro, Virgo.
I see Hems got ads and shit. Oh yeah, I've been an affiliate since November actually, but that's it. I'm not hitting partner until like 2 years, but I'll give it a year maybe. I don't know. Okay, for anyone who was new to the series, how did you guys feel about? Did you guys at all see the Omni-Man stuff coming? Did that
I
throw you
can
for a loop?
confirm
And you too. The first time you read it, how did that Omni-Man stuff resonate with you?
I mean, when it first happened, I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I didn't necessarily have an attachment to Nolan as a heroic character up until that point, but I became super interested immediately after that fucking happened. I can tell you what, and I can confirm as watching Jay's chat when that scene happened, the chat was like, "What the hell is going on?" when that scene happened in the first episode.
I think that was actually kind of a brilliant way to end the first episode. I was very impressed with using that scene. But I was big shocked. I did not see that coming. 2 people said I was big shocked. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this with a couple more people because I know they will really really love it. I remember when I was reading it and the Omni-Man thing happened. I wasn't ready for it, but I'm like, oh, all you've done is made this 80,000 times more interesting though, because he's not no goody two shoe. The military might be like there's something going on with him because he's been acting a little different since Mark got his power. He's been acting different, and I want to know why. So I'm not gonna tell you. I don't know nothing. Don't ask me. I got no answers. But
bro, yeah, Wally, when you see the reason why this man killed those fuckers, whoo, and how it's done too, oh my god,
it's an absolute treat. When does it come out? Is it a weekly?
I don't even know.
ask.
Like,
I have no fucking idea. I didn't know.
I knew it came out like a week ago, and I was like, "There's 3 episodes out already." I was like, "Huh? What?"
So, and I know we're getting 8 in total for a season.
Oh, I know exactly where they're ending.
Okay, so
yeah, I know. Yeah, they're
Fridays. Okay. The drunken state needs rules. All the blacks got killed. Dang. I did. No, wait. Oh, that at the beginning, with the conversation with the two guys talking, the one guy's like, "Yo, I'm about to just."
Oh, yeah. When that happened, I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like this, and
yeah,
but okay.
But I think they were just trying to set a tone. I didn't mind it. Just kind of like have some, just kind of show you what the normal people would be talking about, even if you're working a security type job. So that
I love how they're just like give Steve this elaborate dynamic with his son and how he's like his stepchild and he's doing drugs. Like, oh, I love him still though. I was like, Jesus, I'm doing the most for this man.
Right? He wasn't all that. They said beer on the Virgo. Oh man. Oh, you have to dip it. All right, like take care of Virgo. I guess you didn't watch it yet, but I don't want to spoil you. I really don't want to spoil anybody on this. This is one of those things where like I'm mad careful. I'm not. I want every twist to hit you with full power and impact.
I think the only spoiler I told anybody was like, "Yo, did Rex clap up Eve?" And I was like, I can confirm he did not clap Eve. I was like, just to make sure everybody was like aware where we stood on that one.
That makes sense. Steve is my
Kinda
goat. Steve my goat. So this is my Berserk. This is not my Berserk. What does that mean?
I don't know if that was a good comparison.
Is it? I guess is it? Oh, like is it because like it's like a more mature, violent read?
Maybe. Yeah.
No, this is not. This is. Truth be told, even amongst Image Comics, this is probably not in my top 5. But it's still a very, very incredible story. So.
Yep.
Oh, you meant like Dritz. Okay, but Dritz won't spoil anyone.
This is the stand. Yeah.
Okay, no, there's certain series where I feel like you're completely robbed of the experience if you kind of know the twist. I would say Danganronpa has twists like that. So when I know someone's getting into Danganronpa, I might not even talk to you until you play the second game.
This man yaks and twists hit like Omega beams. I'm fucking screaming.
So yeah. You started low? Yes, sir. Low.
I'm gonna cop all the volumes so they get some more
Recommended greatness. That's all I need to. That's all I needed to hear. My favorite thing about low. Speaking of Danganronpa has a very powerful hope versus despair theme, but it's done in the most generic way. High level, but I would say pretty basic, right? What's up, Mara? Danganronpa, the first thing I know about this whole series. It's like, yes, I can comment. So pretty basic, right? Like hope versus despair. Literally, like there's people who have hope and belief and faith, and then people who are just like, we're in the mud always. This has a different hope versus despair theme because one of the central characters belongs to a religion that I would say is overly optimistic. She doesn't give in to despair. It's like the opposite thing. She's almost too, the glass is half full. So I thought the way they handled that theme was so interesting because I've never seen it tackled that way before. It's usually in a pretty basic fashion. So yeah.
Nye has a whole list of Image stuff he could recommend, Wally, but I personally, I'm just getting started looking into it all, and I've always been more interested in Image. And just based off reputation, I will half jokingly say it's better than DC and Marvel, even though I haven't read any of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm gonna post something in the chat. It just leads to one of my to my blog, my old blog I don't really use it anymore. And you'll see a bunch of series on there that I think is worth checking out. They're not all Image. Couple are like from other publishers, but none of it's DC or Marvel. They're all like independent stories you can read. I put a little bit of a synopsis there just so you have an idea and you can see what the artwork looks like. I would recommend Tokyo Ghost. I would recommend. I think Deadly Class is just a really easy one for most people to get into because I feel like I don't know why Deadly Class has never given me a problem, especially super duper manga anime people have always been good with Deadly Class and Wayward. If you want my personal favorites, Rat Queens, Monstrous, East of West, which is completed, Low, which is completed, and I don't want to throw in Morning Glories just because I don't know when it's coming back. Clean Room, which is Vertigo, an imprint of DC. Check out Clean Room. It's only about 16 issues. That's really good. Why the Last Man is also really, 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 really dope.
I'd also say if anybody is familiar with Spawn, that is also another Image property.
Yes.
It's dumb fun. It should not still be going. I don't know why it still is, but whatever.
I also have Scott Pilgrim on the list. I know people are very familiar with Scott Pilgrim, but if you've never actually read it, I would suggest you read the color editions. Brian O'Malley. Scott Pilgrim is one of my favorite things ever. I love it. It's great. And I read it at the time when I needed it, and I was actually pretty late to Scott Pilgrim. I only read that shit around 2013, so I was pretty late to it. Like it was big done, but by the time I tackled it and read it, on top of and it had the color versions. But yeah, it's really dope. But yeah, check out that link. There might be some stuff in there that you might mess with. Well, yeah, Invincible's been good. I can't wait for next episode. I think it's you guys said what the Friday. So Fridays I'll be watching them. Wait, if I have Twitch Prime, can I just watch that shit?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even have to.
I think it's if you just have Amazon Prime. And, well,
okay,
I don't know
I have
how it
that
works
too.
for
I have
Twitch.
that too.
I'd have to ask Jay. I'd have to ask Jay. I don't want to
I have
confirm or
that
deny
too.
anything.
So that means I could have just watched it like regular. I'd have to do all that. Okay, fair enough. You know me. I put the straw hat on and I get to work. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. I put the straw hat on. If you get it, you get it. But yeah, I would say I'm pretty much sitting at an 8 for the animation right now for the cartoon. I think it's good.
I need to finish the 3rd episode before I can fully have my opinion on it.
That's fair, and I think you'll get what I meant when you watched the last episode. Just hit me up after you see the ending of it and stuff. So Amazon Prime
no
works with Twitch, so you can watch any Amazon Prime show. Oh, okay. Because I was actually wondering how Jay was straight up just watching that shit on Twitch, but I thought about the Prime connection. Like maybe that's why. So I'm like, can I? Because I would love to watch this with people. Just sit here and call with like whoever, and then we just watch it. So I'm with it. Deadly Class is easy to get to, and the TV show is not bad. I think they did weird things with Lin and his family dynamic, but I actually didn't hate the Deadly Class TV show at all. It's only a season though; it got canceled because they put it on Sci-Fi, and I think for us in Canada, we had it on Space Channel. No one watches TV like that. You should have thrown that bitch on a service or something. So I think it got like it was critically rated well, but it didn't get the views. And Lord knows that I put the straw hat on for each episode. So yeah, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Nobody watches that channel anymore. And I don't know. TV is dead. We stream stuff. We have our services and all of that. So I don't know. You have any final words on Invincible and or the Snyder Cut?
Read and watch that shit.
The Snyder Cut?
Please.
Oh, Invincible.
I was just saying,
Sorry.
read and watch Invincible and watch the Snyder Cut, please.
Absolutely. I obviously want you guys to read Invincible, but for anyone who doesn't know the joke, I gave up the shield like Cap at the end game. I'm not fighting with no one to read it. If you want to, go ahead. I'm here. I'd love to talk about it. If not, we could talk about the show.
I'm opportunistic in my comic recs, so I just wait for the right moment.
Yo, you understand when Townsy DM'd me and he was talking about Monstrous? I did a double take. I said, yo.
Bro, when he was asking me about comics, I was like, oh, this man is serious about getting into some shit.
I know.
And I told him, like, hey, man.
Because Simi's been doing his thing too, man. Kill or Be Killed and a couple other ones. I think he read, what's it, Brave Words or whatever it's called? He read a couple of them. Curse Words, maybe
Simi been going
Those
deep.
words?
He been reading shit I'd never even heard of, for real.
Yeah, me and Simi are very much those people where we're like, oh, we're just talking about something like, people are like, what the fuck is that series they're talking about? And we're like, I don't know. Simi and I be in our own world half the time. So yeah. They said, wait, what? What's EKK?
Oh, Eve kills Kaido? Is that what we're doing now? I'm here for it.
She would work that nigga Kaido.
She would work Kaido.
Kaido doesn't stand a chance against her. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, her powers are really dope too. I saw somebody call her Pink Green Lantern in the chat in J Stream. That made me laugh. That was funny.
That was hilarious.
That was funny. That was good.
I see that the Eve versus Amber war is already starting in the chat. Oh God.
We'll see how long you guys do that. Yeah, Eve would beat the brakes off Kaido indeed. Yeah. Have you picked up anything new? Are you reading anything new right now? Because the only thing I've really read that's new, not even new, but I finished slow. I finished
DC 1 million today. I started Invincible as well. Bro, for the last month, I haven't read shit. Like, nothing. Mm-hmm. No novel, no manga, no comic, nothing. I haven't even, I was playing Pokemon for a little bit because I wanted to play some of the old actual good games. Mm. But then I was like, I haven't done any of that either recently. I've been doing nothing. So I recently just got back on the grind. I'm probably going to finish Invincible. And I need to finish Morrison's Justice League 2. And then East of West is next.
Yes. I'm about to go on a rampage just now. I'm going to finish off season 2 of Kubera. And then a couple of things that I have lingering. I've basically been back on my old gimmick where I'm monitoring everything I need to get and read. and then usually I'll take one weekend and I just read nothing but comics from like Friday after work to like Sunday night. So I'm back on that wave right now.
Nice, love to see it.
But when my low volume came and it came a week late, I immediately started. I looked for the last chapter. I read that shit. I'm like, oh my god, what a journey, what a saga, what an arc.
One thing I'm heavily interested in looking at now is Ronan Island by Greg Pak. I'm really interested in peeping.
I think you'll like it. I haven't gotten too far, but I think
it's really short from what I've seen too. I think it's done already.
I don't know.
Well.
I don't know, but I know around the time it started, I had kind of dabbled in a little bit. But yeah. I
don't want to be your friend.
What if I went to me?
Yeah, or me. What's wrong with you?
Oh my god. She's like, yeah, I'm not. Don't accept.
I'm not trying to be your friend.
Oh god. But yeah, man, comics out. Please expand. The comics are out, and they're doing great things right now. I've already accepted the fact I'm never getting my Rat Queens cartoon that was announced in like 2014. It's not coming. I see the East and West stuff. We'll see what they do with that. Hopefully it's good, but just getting more Image stuff adapted has been good. I think has been good, from Deadly Class to obviously The Walking Dead.
I'm surprised Spawn has been brought back in another way.
I think they're waiting for the right time. I think they're really waiting for the opportune time for Spawn. I think they're trying to hit that nostalgia button too for some people and stuff. And
bring back Keith David for the voice, please.
Yeah.
I need that.
So yeah, you said manga greater than signed comic. I'm okay with that. I'm not with you though. I'm more of a comic guy and a book guy. Manga to me is
novels out.
Yeah,
that's
books are indeed out. I saw a tweet today that said after you read Red Rising, nothing will be the same to you. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. It's a good ass fucking book. So yeah. Anyways, I would usually stream a little longer and stuff, but you guys weren't here. I did a 3-hour Quibera stream before I did this one. But Lamb, thanks for joining me, brother, again as per usual.
No problem, my brother. It's fun as always.
Next month for the what's this called again? Reviews from the Watchtower.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm checking.
Thank you guys.
This says episode 1. I think it's supposed to be episode 2. So the next
no. I always make the pilot episode like the 0 episode, and that's like
okay.
Because the episode's always gonna be called pilot from Korra.
Okay, so 0-3 or 2/3 episode, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, Stormlight Archive out. Facts.
Yak been hella tweeting about that shit.
Yeah, he been going. Top is
it's bad enough that Dritz has told me about it numerous times too. So it's like that's on the novel buy list as well.
The Avatar Kyoshi novel is really good, by the way.
Kyoshi raw.
That shit was incredible. That Ahsoka novel, they were really good.
See, when they announced Avatar, quick side note, when they announced that Avatar Studio shit, like that's like the one thing I want. Kyoshi.
Okay.
Anything else, I'm just like meh, whatever.
I'm cautiously optimistic because I'm like, this can be a good thing, but I'm one of those people who's okay with like, hey, you wrote your story, put the pen down.
That's exactly how I feel. Because that's me with Last Airbender.
With Avatar, you have the cycles, the nations, and time keeps moving. You could keep doing it, but I feel like you're gonna. I don't know. Because I don't even think the Korra comics have been hitting like that. I didn't really like Turf Wars. I'm not gonna hold you. I think the Avatar Last Airbender comics have been phenomenal for the most part. But even the Korra comics, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For me, it was like after
Korra, by the way. I'm not one of those people.
After Atla ended, I was like, I'm good. I've got what I wanted. I've never peeped Korra. I've had no interest in it. But if I got some shit for Kyoshi, I'm here for that. Because she was an interesting side character from OG show that was interesting.
Seeing how they used to how some of the fans were used for the Airbender, who I don't know if you read it. I don't want to say anything. Okay, but all that stuff was like really cool. I'm like, oh, okay. Connection's a little weaker. The fans, that's dope. Like I messed around with that. That was
I read some of the comics for Airbender too, like what happens with Zuko and Mai and all
the Mother of Faces,
all that kind of shit. Yeah.
I would kill to see that animated.
Zuko meeting his mom.
I'd kill like an ant or something. Nothing crazy. Like an ant.
Zuko meeting his mom would.
Yeah. But just seeing Ko's mom was incredible too. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
Zuko was ass. You just capped incredibly hard.
What?
He doesn't even believe that. It's okay.
Oh,
He doesn't believe that.
It's Joker, of course.
I know.
What do I expect?
He doesn't even believe that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah. Anywho, Avatar Auto. Avatar is literally my top 5 for me. Like one of my favorite things ever. And Koji,
in my opinion,
supposed to come out.
That's the greatest cartoon ever made.
I don't
Wrestling
disagree.
burger.
I don't disagree.
Yep.
I don't disagree. And like Zuko is my like I would say he's the gold standard for a character development, character arc, right? So for me,
Yep.
So yeah,
Top 2 for me. Because Toph the GOAT.
Alchemist Brotherhood, Greater Than Sign, Avatar: The Last Airbender. You just lied to yourself again, but it's okay. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. I get it.
Yep.
You gotta placebo affect your own mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. I understand. I do it too. I just.
All right, I'm Zeta beaming out of here. I'm out. We gone.
All right, we out. Yeah.